I'm Pam with PJ's Glass Creations, and if you join me today, you'll see all about how to make this really simple Christmas tree. It can be used as an ornament, or you can put it on a stand. You can make it in different colors. The sky is the limit. So join me and let's get started. The first step in making these trees is to make a base, and to do that I just do a clear triangle. I have a piece that's 6 inches tall, so 6 inches from here to here. Actually, it's just slightly under, that's okay. And I'm going to mark 3 inches, 6 inches, 9 inches, and then it's just over 12. I'm just going to leave it at that. And then I'm going to mark every 1.5 inches here. Actually, not every 1.5 inches. I'm going to move over 1.5 inches here from here to here. So this is 1.5 inches. And then this is 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches. 3, 3, 3, 3. And that just gives me my points, so I can make a bunch of triangles with the least amount of waste. And I'm going to cut those out now. So I'm just going from the points that are marked at an angle. And you can adjust your size. They can be any size you want them to be. I'm not seeing that I actually marked that one or cut that one. I don't think I did. Yes, I did. I'm just seeing things. And if you get a little bit like this right here, where it just didn't quite break right, that's okay, because it's going to be in the background anyway. Nobody will ever see it. So out of that sheet, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 triangles out of that little sheet. So that'll give us quite a few trees. And to do this, you can use whatever kind of glass you want. I'm using a transparent, this is a ginkgo green transparent from Bullseye. It's a color 1213. I think this is a spring green Bullseye. And I'm not sure what color green this is. It's not marked. 1242, whatever that is. It was just in my stash. And I'm going to use some tile nippers, and I'm just going to make long, skinny, irregular shapes. And by doing that, I need to keep these parallel to the edge. Good start for now. Actually, this one looks like I could use it for my top right here. Do some green, do some darker green here. And you could do this all with one color of green if you wanted to. I kind of like to give it a little bit of variety. I think it makes it look a little bit more realistic. Not that it would ever look totally realistic, but also gives it some depth. Here's a good way to use scrap too if you have some scrap. I just didn't have any small pieces of transparent. And that looks like a good way to start. The next thing I'm going to do is use my 17 gauge high fire wire. Try to get it straightened out a little bit. And the purpose of this wire is so that when we put it on the base, it will have something that we can stick into the base to add a little bit of stability to it. So I'm just going to I'm using Elmer's glue. And I'm going to put a piece of glass right over that. And this first layer, my pieces are for the most part going to go this way. Plus I'm going to have my little triangular piece at the top. And if you get something like this that's super sharp, I would break it off. Sometimes those really sharp ones just don't soften up once they're in the kiln. And I am just filling this in, and you can see I'm overlapping the sides. Using a variety of glass. Okay, so there's my first layer. The next layer, my pieces are going to go more at an angle. What this does is it helps cover up any places where the glass is missed and you can see clear underneath. It also adds another dimension to your trees. You can see I'm not being really careful with the glue. You don't have to be, it's gonna burn off. And for my final layer, I'm gonna put some that are pretty much vertical. They're gonna run this way, not much of an angle at all. And there's not nearly as many branches on this level either. That way this tree is nice and full. I suppose you really wouldn't have to do 3 layers. I just find that that makes the best looking tree. And there's the basic tree. Finally, I have all these little nuggets that I made. And I made these by just taking scraps and putting them in the kiln at a full fuse. You can do it when you're doing other things, but don't waste your scraps. Make some good use out of them. And I'm just going to put little ornaments everywhere. I can have multicolored, I can have just red, however you want to do it. Kind of vary your colors. I also kind of these looked like they were really too lined up. So I'm going to move them around just a little bit so they're not in such a straight line. Anyway, I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to put it in the kiln at somewhere between a tack fuse and a contour fuse. I don't want it too fused, but I still want it to have quite a bit of dimension. And then I'll show you how to put it on the base. My tree is out of the kiln, and all that's left is to put it on the base. I have a wood disc here. I got it at one of the craft stores. It has a hole here. It was meant for an ornament. I'm just ignoring it. And I did drill a teeny hole just about the size of the wire. And I'm going to use my wire cutters and clip my wire and do a test run to see how this fits on my wood disc. And it's sitting up a little bit high, so I think I'm going to cut it down just a teeny bit more. The other thing I'm noticing is that some of these branches are kind of interfering with my tree sitting flush. So I'm going to take this to the grinder and grind those off. Be right back. Okay, I have ground off my edges, and I'm going to stick this in the hole, and you can see that it's sitting better than it was before. I do have some parts of the glass that are touching, which is good, because I'm going to glue those to the base as well to give it some extra stability. And after it dries, it'll be done. I hope you found this video helpful. If you liked it, please like, subscribe to my channel, and share it with your friends. And hopefully you've seen that you can make a variety of trees. And let me tell you, these have been my best sellers at the holidays. So hopefully you've made a few yourself. Thanks for joining me. Bye.